coming in for this. Thank you for, coming into my channel. Subscribe and breathe. Balance yourself between front leg, rear leg, shoulders, center with your hips, center between your legs. Breathe in, breathe out. Core in. Breathe in, breathe out. Center, balance. Rotating elbows, rotate in, rotate up, rotate out. Breathe in, breathe out. Relaxing the wrists, relaxing the head, relaxing the neck. Rotate the head, rotate the neck. Work out the kinks. Step forward. Step back. Switching. Still moving. Still balancing. Shoulders and trap and neck is relaxed and you are breathing. Coring. Coring. Coring here. Full rotations now. Full rotations. I'm getting a whole new piece. Full rotations, full rotations. Breathe in. Breathe out. Rotating the arms. Balance between left and right leg. Pendulum. Pendulum. Relaxing, our spine is relaxed, our spine and shoulders are relaxed, our traps are relaxed, our breathing is relaxed, our mind is in a relaxed state. We are going to do a breath in, keep your arms up, forward, folding, stretching the back of the hammy. Go as far as you can. This is apparently as far as I can to go today with a forward fold. But we are going to get there with our forward fold, keeping the back straight. Rotate to the right or left, depending which leg you got out. We are going to stay forward fold. You can be down here, but not with the bent back. Straighten that back, stopping here. This is where it's stopping. This is where it's stretching. This is where it's stretching and tightening. And our body is forward folding into that stretch, stretching the hammy. We are focusing on stretching the ham. Breathing. Breathing 4 seconds in, 4 seconds out. You may breathe in through your nose all the way, out your nose all the way. Gasp in all the way, gasping it out all the way. Do not suck your air in. Do not blow your air out. Breathe in. Full expanse. Do not ever blow out your breaths. Stretching. My shoulder is going towards my foot. We have been through this into all of my videos. Our shoulder is forward folding into the tip of our foot. Balanced onto the heel. Balanced onto the heel. Breathing. Stretching that way. Stretching that way. Keep your back straight and lean into it. Straighten that back. Lean into it. Straighten that back. Straighten that back. Straighten that back. Bend that knee. Bend that knee. Don't go any further. This is straight. Does it look like that on the video? Good. Keep that bent, keep that straight, and you're going to put stabilizers here. Stabilizer here. Breathing out on the way down. Stabilizing, stabilizing. and stretching. Putting our weight into that hammy. Breathing, and shoulders are going down, body is going down with the straight back, straight, relaxed head and neck and shoulders and traps. Breathing, 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 breathing. You got it. Relax into it. Your hips should be going down, gravitizing down, relaxing, 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 relaxing. Get this angle straight. Do not let your knee pass your ankle. Do not let your knee pass your ankle. You should be able to go down easy. And then come back up with the glute, straightening the back. Heel down. Heel down, go on down, go on down, go on down. Your toes should be bent. Your back should be straight into the quad. Shoulder is going towards your pec, is onto basically, between the shoulder here and your pec should be here. Your head's nice and relaxed. Rise that lower back leg. Lower it down. Do not touch now. We are now in the work. This helps out your knee. Straighten your knee. Straighten your knee. Rise, 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 rise. Bend your knee. Lower the body into a forward fold. You are breathing. Lower that knee down. Up that knee. Up. Knee down. Knee up. Straighten, 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 straighten. Relaxing everything. Bend that knee. Forward fold, breathe, core, knee down, bending those toes, back heel touching, rise, breathing out, just keep that balanced, keep that stabilized, rise, forward fold, balancing, stabilizing. Never do this without stabilizing. Rise, forward fold. Rise, bend the knee, forward fold. Knee down, knee up. Straighten that leg, stabilizing. Rise, bend the knee, forward folding. Relaxing your head, knees down, glutes up in the air. Straighten that back leg. Straighten, stretch. Now we want to ensure pushing and pushing and straightening with our forward fold in. We should feel that stretch. Feel stabilizing and feel that stretch. Stretch, stretch, breathe, stretch. Make sure your body is falling, stretch. Make sure your body is falling, stretch. Up, 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 easy, stabilize, stabilize, bend, stretch, stretch this. We're going to basically have our hips going forward now. Forward now, forward now, forward now. Breathe in, breathe out. Stabilizing back bend. These hips are going now that way. Keep that back heel as much as you can. Make sure it doesn't lift too much. All right, we want to stabilize, stabilize, sturdy, stabilize with our hands. Now we want to relax our head. Don't lean forward too much. Back to stabilization. I was over. We want to back bend, back bend. We have to straighten that leg more. That was, and then forward fold. Get that to go down, that way, down, and that way. We can go ahead and put our hands behind our head to stabilize the head and back bend. Stabilize the back of the head, back bend, And stretching the hip forward fold that way. Make sure the front knee never passes the tip of the toes. And stabilizing back into your stable, back into your stable, stepping forward, stepping forward, stepping forward, stepping back, stepping back. Scratch your nose. Breathing, knee forward. Let's do some movements. We're gonna do this side now. We don't wanna get too far forward. Breathing, stabilizing. I need to stretch this real quick. Straighten that leg. Balance between the two legs and feet. They're just now coming in. Forward fold, forward easy fold. Stretch, stretch, stabilize. Stabilize and stretch and keep. Don't put your head backwards. Keep your head with your shoulder and your torso and your body. Relaxing everything on the top. This is immovable. Don't strain it. Don't strain these muscles. Don't strain these muscles. You're not using them. Our purpose is to stretch the hamstrings. Thank you for coming in. Please come and grab your mats when you show up. Please watch the rest of the video in about 48 hours. If you want to come back to this, it's all about learning to stretch everything, body movement, to get better in posture, to get better breathing, to get the flexibility that you really need, especially if you want to be a runner. This is perfect for you. You want to be a jogger, perfect. You know, be boxer, perfect for you. You want to be a horseback, good stuff, good stuff. Up, 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 rise up, rise up. Lower, forward folding, shoulders going towards here, equally downwards, breathing out, stabilizing, stabilizing. Do not hurt yourself. Go as far as you can. Don't go further than you can. Just feel the stretch is fine. Don't rip your stretch. Rise, 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 stabilizing, balancing. Kinking your muscles out, forward folding again. We have to do this several times. Third is the charm, 10 is the charmiest. Remember, 10 is the lucky charm. You know, that makes everything, you know, like that is the 0 to 10 freaking awesomeness. You know, third is the charm, but 10 is the charmiest, the luckiest. As many times as we got to do this to get the stretch, to really stretch and get going, we're doing this with carefulness, with carefulness. Bend that knee straight. There we go. Do not go further than the ankle. Straight, perpendicular with the world. Falling into our thigh. We keep going down into that quad. And let this stretch, let this stretch. Let this stabilize, let this stabilize, let this stabilize. Stabilize. Breathe. Fall. Let this fall. Gravitize. Let your body go down in relaxation and stabilization. Relaxation and stabilization. Breathing. Falling. Keep letting it stretch. Keep letting it go in all these directions. Going down. Just letting it go down. Breathe and stabilize and rise. Rise, 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 rise. Straighten your leg. Bend that knee. Fall again. Nice. There we go. There we go. There we go. Make sure your feet are pointed straight. We are teaching these muscles to be straight. If you are duck feet or you're inverted feet, just keep everything right where they're supposed to be and do these exercises. They will strengthen things. They will re-guide the pathways of your muscles through these exercises. And breathe and straighten. Stabilize, straighten. Straighten that leg while you are down. There we go. I felt that shake a lot. I really needed a stretch today, so that's why we're doing this. Rise, 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 bend. Make sure you have your nose breathers in, because when we fall down, our noses will close. Straighten that leg, straighten that leg, straighten that leg, stabilizing, stabilizing, and straightening. Keeping your body going in there. Rise, rise, rise. Bend that knee, bend that knee. I am so glad I'm doing this hungry. I'll get some food after this. And see, breathing and straighten that leg while you're down there, stabilizing, and hold that, falling, holding and breathing. 4 seconds in, breathing, 4 seconds out, 4 seconds in, 4 seconds out. Breathing and keeping your back straight as much as possible while gravitizing down, straightening all of this, stabilizing your leg with your arms and hands nice and easily. Don't force it in. Just have it there to stabilize, and balance. And we'll go ahead and do this again. And here we go again, here we go again, here we go. Go further down, go up a little bit, and there we go. Straighten, rise a little bit. Go into that bend and straighten. Rise a little bit, stabilizing, breathing, and going down. We are extending muscles, extending the back of the knee, extending the gastrocs, extending the tibials, extending the T-band, extending the hammies. And we're moving them. We're like, this is the way to go. This is how I heal myself from tension pain, chronic tension pain, fibromyalgia. This is what makes it better. You feel the burn, you feel the stretch, you feel the freaking muscles pulling, and you're like, heck yeah, I feel it all. Then that means you're doing it right. Just don't overdo it. Let's do some body movements here. Don't overstretch, don't overstraighten. Nice, don't over push down into your body. Nice little movements. We need to do this to the other side. We forgot to do this. Don't let your stabilize. Raise up. Rise down, lower down. Straightening and falling and rise. Now we're going down. Now we're going down with that knee. Remember, we did it to the other side. If you haven't caught on, join in. Please rewatch from the beginning if you're coming into the live. Rise, lower, lower, lower. And rise, rise, rise. Let's do a little bit of warm-up movement. All right, don't go all the way down. Bend that knee down and a little bit of movement here. Now we're ready to give it a good warm up. If you want to see a little bit more sideways, try not to arch. Got to pay attention to that. Always pay attention to your mirror. We already did all the stretching. Now we're basically getting all that movement. Stabilizing. And stretch. Rise. Whew. Walk it off. Whew. Let's hydrate. That feels good. That was like great. I really like that. Good stretching. I need to stretch my hip flexors, so let's do that. I want to go back over to here. Let's go ahead and spread them. Balance yourself. Torsos. Bring that foot forward. Oh, you see it? I was like that. And foot forward. Now what I'm going to do is bend that knee and kind of like move, bending the knee that way. Kind of like keeping my body. I'm not getting my body. I'm not really bowing. Got my body going down with it. Down with it. I'm going to try to see if I can go further. Stay balanced. Just put your arms where you think where you're not going to fall or tilt over. What I want to do is like just lean into that, putting all my weight into this really, and into this really. Barrel toes are barely in. I want to keep kicking backwards if I have to. Make sure you're doing your breaths. Make sure you're staying stabilized. Your head is relaxed. Your head and neck is relaxed. Your upper body is also relaxed, because we're not supposed to stiffen any of this up, because what we're really doing is going down that way. So if you stiff up here and you're going down, you're doing it wrong. So loosen up that entire spine. Keep it all really good and loosey, because now you'll be able to ride really into there. And down, 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 up, up. All right. Whew. It's very balancy. Wish you got something to hold on to. It'll be easier for you. Use a wall. Don't use the mirrors. Don't do handprints. I like this gym here because over at the other Voss, they got handprints all over the mirrors and they never clean them. Just follow through. Ooh. Ooh. Let's walk that off for a moment before we get to the other side. Let's do the other leg. All right, I walked it off enough. Yeah, that's me for me. Balance yourself, pace yourself. You know, when you wash this, pause it because, and do the stretch longer, you know, as long as you need, you know. I get my legs pretty, separated. That way I can stabilize. I'm gonna do the exact same thing. I'm gonna get that knee forward while my hip drops. I am actually working on all of that. Stretching, stretching, and stretching. And just fall. Now it's stretching that whole quad. Up. Let it fall, let your body fall. Everything is up, it's relaxed. Remember to do your hops. If you fall, stay balanced, just get back into it. Make sure that heel's down. Bend it. Stretch it, stretch that way. There we go, make sure you're breathing. Now go back down and up and walk it off. Now it's a good movement stretch, warms up the muscles, really works really well. You can also do this number. Hold on, stretch, you're over there. Let's do it on the floor. You gotta hold on to the wall with that. And since we don't have a wall, let's go ahead and get on our knees right now because I need to stretch them. What I mean by stretching them is that I need to stretch my kneecaps and the muscles and muscles in my knees. And I can't really touch my heels much anymore after my injuries on my knees. So I hold myself up a bit, with straight back, like this. That way I'm not really into my knees. So you can curl your toes though, and I'm able to kind of get into it a little bit more, if you can. Some people might not be able to get that full bend where your glutes are touching your heels. And that's the thing is, I'm gonna walk forward. Now my glutes are in my heels. Rise up. Stretch at the same time. Bend more backbone, make sure this is all relaxed. We're doing a double stretch. Toes are probably better just outwards maybe. And bend your glute back, hit the toes down. Now push with your toes. Hips are that way. Keep up the stretch and keep breathing. 4 seconds in, 4 seconds out. Release, glute down, nice and easy. We don't go fast. This is all for ages, this is for every age. This is for everyone who at every age. If you're older than me, this is gonna work really well for you. Just make sure you have a bar for balancing or a wall, a large stool to help you just, to brace yourself. Anything really, countertop, corner, perfect, put your mat against that. Now we're still sitting into the hips. I'm still bending the toes. I'm still sitting into the hips. But right now, because it's very strenuous for me, and how we do this is that we stay here and we walk one knee forward, knee next forward, knee next forward, knee next forward, letting the toes flop down, basically getting you used to it. And now we're working our way to get my glutes into my heels. So there we have it. This is how we walk into them. Forward and forward, kind of walk into it. And we're doing this little releases from all of this here, little releases. And it allows us to get down. So forward, fold, and then rise to release from that in-depth glute to heel sitting, because that's how it is for me with my injured knees. So I hope it works out for your injured knees, just don't do more than you could or should. All right, we're just going to go back into this. We have to do this several times. several times. You think this is the whole purpose of stretching, is to heal yourself, to self-heal yourself. And to do that, you have to like do multiple types of stretches and all that. So right now we're doing this again. I'm gonna make sure I'm leaning back, make sure my shoulders are already pretty much above my ankles, you know, and then I'm gonna go ahead and walk forward again. Just keep walking forward until your toes are the other way and sit. And there we go. This is the last time we're gonna do this. And now let those heels go outward a little bit to get further into it, and held it. Lower, forward, fold, forward, fold, forward, fold, forward, fold. Breathe in, forward, fold. I know where I take my time. I always take my time for make sure everyone rise up, straighten up, straighten up. You notice my shoulders stayed with my knees as I went up. So you gotta make sure we do all that. Now we're gonna do another bend. Hips that way. We are going that way. You can see that movement. Try not to clench your glutes together. That's not our purpose. So if you're clenching your glutes, you're doing it wrong. All right, release those glutes, kind of release from there. And then again, you should only be going that way without glutes. That way without glutes. Don't squeeze your glutes. Little breaths if you have to do little breaths. Unlike doing 1 second ins and 1 second outs. Because of the stretch, you might have to. And then release easy. Keep your hands and brace yourself. Stability, that's what your palms are for. We're not using hands for it, but to keep our body in stable movement, stable stretch. Let's go ahead and stay here. Let's go ahead and nice and easy with our spine. Might as well while we are here. If you were in a position that you could do something and you're like, oh, I thought of that stretch, but I didn't do it. Well, you are not self-healing anymore. Now you're being aloof of yourself, you know, some word, you know, let me know in the comments. And then just keep that back straight, keep that back straight, keep that back straight. Forward and rise, rise, rise. Make sure your shoulders don't pass your knees. When you do that, relax, relax. Let's go ahead and readjust. All right, let's go ahead and sit on our tush. We are going to do some other stretches. All right. Now, when we're sometimes some people, when you got our legs straight, it's very bouncy, and we're way back here, and we're trying to stretch forward, right? And you can see this should be a normal thing where you're not feeling really too much, and you'll be able to hold this in posture and stuff for a good while. And you kind of want that. Some of you out there who think you're, you know, maybe more limber than I am, let's get some water. Go for it. You can go further, but her purpose is to be at a 90-degree angle. If you can attempt with your feet a 90-degree angle, toes up 90 degree, body up 90 degree, and we straighten proper. Breathe in, straighten. Breathe in, straighten. Now let's go ahead and rock our knees. All right, wow, we're in this most, because we're like, all right, this right here, torso should be going that way. Our lumbar should be turning. Our shoulders should be back and straight, okay? We can go ahead and have our legs a little bit bent like this to get in that position, and then walk it down. Walk it up, walk it down, walk it up. And let's do this while our body is straight. Breathing, full breaths. 4 seconds in, 4 seconds out. We're doing Qigong to the knees. Qigong, you're gonna feel this in your hips right here probably. Staying straight, staying good. And now let's go ahead and reach our arms forward. Stop shaking, and kind of like do a bend. Walk and bend. Grabbing, easily walking and bending. Breathe and breathe out and bend and bend. It's okay to have these bend a little bit too. This is fine. It's our first time doing it. We want to get it to where these legs will be straight and we're doing this bend. If you can do that, that's great, but that's not what we're trying to accomplish, to stay with everybody here for the purpose of being able to bend and work these like this, because it allows those little tiny micro rubbering movements while we're bending. Stabilization. We're not squeezing or clamping here. We're just holding. We're just got our hands here. All right, I am not squeezing. I'm not trying to stay there by going, arr. You know, we don't do that. It's just there to stabilize and allow us to, you know, go further into it. We don't want to strangle our blood flow, our muscle movement flow. We don't want those kind of constrictions, conflictions, and instabilities. Let's do this, nice and easy. Head down, kind of let yourself curve and arch. Yes, we're doing that right now. Relaxing the head and neck. This should not be tense up there. Do your knee again, pump your knee, breathing. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Walk your glutes backwards. Walk your glutes backwards. Oh, rise, 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 stretch. Like, oh man, I was in that position for a little bit too long. Work it out, circulate the other way. Let's get that untense. There we go. Circulate, circulate. Oh, I get my hands stabilizing right here. All right. You know any of my neck movements, better watch my Qigong videos, day 1 through 6. You'll learn everything. You need to know when I do these lives. You will be, oh, that was a good stretch. I'm gonna do another one. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's do a few of these. Nice smooth movements. Just put your arm here, breathe in, and breathe out on that final pull. Breathe in, and release a little, and then pull again. So breathe in. Releasing that breath. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. There we go, perfect. And breathe in, and then stretch, stretch, and stretch, and stretch. Curve, curve, and fall. Fall further into your knees. Open up that shoulder. Open up that lat. Open up that lat. Open up that lat. Let's go further. Open up that lat. Open up that lat. Remember, your shoulder's going that way, but your shoulder's not pushing that way. You're opening everything. I'm like going that way, doing a bow bend of my back. Breathe in and bow, and pump your knees. Straighten, breathe, and fall back into it. And pump, and pump, and pump. And do not touch the bottom of your shoes. Do not touch the bottom of your shoes ever. Those things are dirty. Guess what? I bet you feel like if you get in this position right now, you feel like you can stay here a lot easier. That's the whole purpose. All right, let's do some new techs. Let's move into a new thing. Let's go ahead and bend, bend, bend. We're going to do open, because now that we did all that, this would be easier. That was the whole purpose of that. Now we can get into this position, all right? Because now you're not going to be holding yourself up here anymore, trying to do this guy, now that we got that out of the way. All right, now what we want to do is just relax our legs, so we can see how far mine goes. Some people will be right here, but that's okay, but relax them, relax them, using your stability elbows and stability arms. Because the whole point when you work on your legs, you're using your arms. All right. Relaxing, make sure that you are balanced, that your heels are right here centered with our Qigong gait, and our toes are pointed out into earth energy. So we want to go ahead and, you know, the wind. All right. We want to basically let our gut and our core to open up in that direction as our spine does that perfect curve that we want. That's what we've been doing the whole time. So that whole perfect curve going on. So breathe in, and then relax those legs, breathing in, relax those legs, breathing in. And what we're doing is we're getting this to go that way into that, or as our arms are going this way into that, nice and easy. We're not really pushing weight onto it, you know. We are opening, we're using it as an assist, All right, and then you're gonna get further. We're just, remember, not clamping. We're holding here, and we're going in. We're doing a bicep. We're doing a row machine. If you ever watch my row machines, we are rowing ourselves forward. There we go, rowing ourselves forward, and we're opening up. And we are opening up, and we are opening up, breathing. And twist those toes, twist those toes, twist those toes, twist those, oh, you get what I'm saying. Dorsal, and we're doing flipping. Okay, we're gonna call this swimming. Yeah, let's do that. Swim left, swim right, swim left. We are swimming and straighten back to center. And forward back in there. And this is a good spot too, you know, where you can actually, if you're like in here and you're doing nothing, you could go ahead and you're saying, oh, I'm kind of achy right here. I'm going to give you a nice little tidbit of free massage information, is that we can go ahead and work our shin splints, you know, grab that, you know, work, you know, do it over a nice long sock would be good too if you don't got any oil, you know, because that way you don't have friction going on, you know, nice little movements here, longer movements there. And we can get behind the ankle as well and working out that whole Achilles here with our gastroc connections and stuff like that. And we want to get right there, you know, nice good movements. You want to go right there, you know, nice little knee thumb kneading. We can get all that while we're here to help release that tension. Oh, that feels great. I had a 2-hour massage today, and that really felt good. You know, and after that massage, you're like, I just got a massage. Why are you doing, you know, this? Well, because that's the perfect time to self-heal right after a massage. You get your mat out, you immediately start stretching because your muscles are flubbery and they're more pliable and they'll be much easier to work with. And you'll be able to go further than you have ever before in your stretches. So you go to a yoga class or take my Qigong class here, which is, you know, amazing and all that. So we're gonna go ahead and release, rise, one leg out. The whole purpose of this is so that way, you know, we can get this guy to come up here, right? We want this up here, you know, we wanna do that. All right, so we're gonna start right here first. All right, make sure this is relaxed. We already got that, you know, let's rock this. Now we wanna like forward fold into this. So we're gonna hold here and forward fold. And it's okay to let that bend a bit. It's okay to let that bend a bit and forward fold. Now straighten using your whole arm. Up you go, bend, forward fold, straighten that leg and leave it down. Make sure this is relaxed. Make sure your shoulders are balanced. Your hips are balanced between left and right hip on the mat. And you got your arm right here on the knee, you know, and you got this one right here, and you're going forward folding into that. You're just like holding yourself. You're like just trying to you're trying to go through mud, and you're trying to get to the other side, kind of like that feeling. And rise, bend that in, bend that out. All right, find your spot. Let's bring that up a little bit. Let's do this way too, because we did on the other side. We're gonna do a little bit of wobbling right here. There we go. Perfect. Bring that down, relax that. Breathe in, straightening up your back, breathing out on that forward fold. Make sure you're relaxing on the way down. It's not about being perfect on the first, it's all about being perfect about this. And so you wanna like make sure that you bend that knee up, balance that arm, kind of forward fold into that, relaxing on that. I got a problem with this knee right here, so let's go ahead and do a little compression while we're there. If you have problems with your muscles, doing a slight compression into that area is good for it. If you don't know what you're doing, make sure you find your massage therapist near you, come see me, and that way we can work this out together. You'll learn how to do things also on your own through that, you know, therapy that you get from your provider where you live, service provider, a massage therapist, or kinesiologist, or a physiotherapist, or whoever you're going to see for your issues, and if you have insurance, and who you're going to see, and see if they're capable of doing that. Remember, you are hiring them. You have to tell them what to do. You are hiring the doctor. You are paying them. They don't tell you what to do. You ask them what you need to do, and they have to offer you freaking advice that's sound in mind and body. And if it's not the right advice, you go elsewhere. They only know so much, and this is not it. So you have to, so you got to make sure you have proper stretch, and you straighten back up, and you lower back down. Now bend that knee, and straighten that knee. Rise, bend that knee, bend your body into it. Straighten that knee, balancing that in there. Do some bouncies. Make sure it's just relaxed over on the other side while you're doing bouncies over there. You know what I'm saying? Don't tense it up here. Everything is just loosey-goosey, you know what I'm saying? Loosey-goosey. And just forward and you rise. Straighten that leg. Just go easy. Don't rush. Never rush on your next movements. Never rush getting out of it. Let's just go ahead and just work that out. Straighten up. Don't be bending. We gotta be forward folding just right. That's right. Breathe. Another twist. Breathe. Another twist. Relaxing. Let's bring these in again. Forward folding. Do not touch the bottom of your shoes. And this is how I do it. I'll just wrap around, and then you can do this. I'm just basically on the top of the tim, and you're just like going in on it. So just like that. You're just like not even touching the top of your shoes, and you're locked in. Pulling up your toes, and you're going down in there, working that out, relaxing. Straighten before you pull back. Relax all that out. Great. Now let's go ahead and do some more stretches. Let me see what time it is. Perfect. That means I gotta finish this up, right? Yeah. I'm gonna back up here real quick. Now we were stretching this out a little bit earlier, so we're gonna stretch it out a bit more, and I'm gonna start with this leg out here. And I'm gonna make sure it has a nice good bend, because when I do this, you can see that on my leg, it is straight. It's perpendicular with the world. The chin is, nice. And I got my nice little L shape going on. And that's what we want. Do not go further. No reason. All right, because we want to have the ability to go a little bit further. But once you stop right here, that's where you want to go. Now you want to go down this way. You want to make sure our body is going gravitizing down center of gravity. And make sure you're straightened. I wasn't straightened enough. You got to pay attention to that. If you notice it, then you do something about it. If you're not straightened enough, then you need to do something about that, right? If you notice yourself doing it, the wrong posture, you immediately get out of that posture, and you can immediately get back and get into the posture you need to be in to basically be correct. Straighten up and loosey, relaxed, balanced. It's okay to back up. Get your toes all curled up in there, and then do it again. Breathing. You could also do this first before you did that other, two stretches, because if we did this first, then that would probably been a lot easier, right? Well, you just have to go and do the flow that you find that's basically helpful for you, and when you get into, or until you think, oh, I should be doing this now. I should have done this earlier kind of situation. But you will know next time, right, that this would have been the first stretch to do before we did those other, flexor stretches. Just keep following. Now straighten up. Come down with your fist. Get that knee off of there. Keep your fist down. Keep your body straightened. Make sure this is not up here, because we need to make sure our spine is straight. So both fists are down. This is on the other side, because your body is now on the thigh. All right, and for balance, make sure you do that and fall down. This part needs to fall down. Your leg don't have to be totally straight, but we want to go into it. Make sure your knee never past your toes. That's too far. You can back up with your back heel a bit more if you think that's a little too much. Just do a little bit of this and fall. Do a little bit of this and fall. Now that we've fallen, we want to back up. Grab with your other hand. Now go forward. Try to adjust yourself and go down into it. Now I'm going to switch sides so that way you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to go down and you stay where you are. Switching down, moving out, coming over here. All right, so I had to back up, grab it with my opposite arm, That because it's all about balancing. And then I'm letting this leg come out, kind of slowly come out as I stretch, and then let that leg slowly as I further go down. I did not stretch this earlier. That's why I'm doing this, and straighten. Just keep going, back up. Now go back into it, back into it. Stretch, kind of open that up, bring it in if you need to. Back up, release it from the overstretching. Now go back into the stretch, open back up. Make sure you do it. You can let that leg drop and continue with that hip flexor stretch. I need to do this because I did not do it earlier. And then you can also balance. Remember what this arm is for, what this hand is for. It's called stabilization. Keep your hand on your knee. Don't just go like this and do this number bullshit. This is supposed to be here, nice and, easy for stability. Oh, that's getting some good stretch in. There we go. Release. Straighten that back. Straighten that leg a little bit. And make sure your glutes are going backwards and forwards, and then get back into that stretch. And then open up. All right, there we go. I'm so old, I feel my joints all achy. That's why I have to do this. You gotta just be careful, go slow, go cautious. Do not overexert. Just do what you can. Bend that toes. Let that whole hip fall down now. Now that we did that, this is the second thing to do. This is part 2. I know you've been doing it for a while, but if you have been doing it for a while, you're okay to switch because I have already switched myself. It's okay to switch to the other leg and do all this. Since we've been doing it for a while, that's okay. The longer you do it, the better. Back up, grab, and whoo. Let's walk it off. Get those hips down, walk it off. Don't be up here, walk it off. Be here, walk it off. Keep your head. I have soft knuckles, I don't have hard knuckles. All right, let's go ahead and have a seat. Let's take a break. Let's do a little meditation. Let's just cross over and just let our bodies relax. Straightening, breathing, hydrating. I hope you guys liked my leg stretching day. Hope it was good for you. Please watch this video several more times. It will be public in a few days. All right. Thank you. Subscribe. Thank you for enduring these stretches. If you were tight, you would be feeling this. And it's all about correcting yourself. This is self-healing stretching techniques that I'll be showing you guys. That helps me. I have fibro, I have neuropathy issues, I have severe tension, and that severe tension causes muscle pain, muscle flare-ups, muscle inflammation, muscle lactic acid buildup, so many things. And I had to come on and find a way to heal myself because there's only me and only me knowing how to do it. So I took in my 16 years of therapy and and also I took in yoga, I've taken Tai Chi, I have taken Qigong classes, I have done meditation classes, and I bring breath classes into this. I bring all of those classes and everything I've learned between kinesiology, physiotherapy, massage therapy, craniosacral body work stuff, and all of that into account with all of my clients and all their soap notes and soap charts and information that I gathered from them, from people who have been doing it incorrectly all their lives, people who have been doing it correctly all their lives because their bodies are in great shape. and you ask them questions. What have you been doing to be in this greater shape? All right, what are your exercises like? What are you doing? How are you breathing through the process? How do you have it? How do you build up to this? How did you get to this point? You know, and then basically, and I take that knowledge, and I take the knowledge of people who have not been doing things correctly, who have been injured, who have been in accidents, who wants to rebuild, who wants to regain their strength and endurance and their ability to basically be healthy and be able to move and be able to hike and be able to run, be able to swim, be able to horseback ride, be able to motorcycle ride, be able to sit down long hours in a truck or a car when the sciatic is flecking, how to prepare that you can get rid of that issue when it starts to flare up. Those things, take all those into account, everything, more than that. And, you know, and the guidance that I've gotten, in the coaching and the people, who helped me along, I want to let you guys know that this is the process that will help you along to get better. There's all the self-therapy that I am going to be teaching and guiding through my YouTube channel and school channel when I get that set up. So I want to thank you guys for coming in, and in 48 hours this will be public. Please watch my other videos that just became public, and my channel to my Qigong classes day 1 through 6. And soon there will be a 7th class, so there'll be a 6-day class program. 7-day class program meant for everybody to be able to learn and grow and self-heal. And then everything I'm doing live is those 7 days in one setting. So it's like, and you'll be able to know what I'm doing already and be able to get into the flow with that and everything like that. And you'll be like, you're feeling the best ever, feeling your best ever, because it's going to help you touch your toes. It's going to help you get beyond where you've been in the longest time, especially if you're aging like I am. It will happen like that. So you guys have a great day. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, follow, comment if you think this is really well for you. Also ask me questions of whether, of anything, and I'll actually make videos of situations, of your situation, and help you along through those and self-therapy use, so that way you can feel better, because you're not the only person who's going through it, and I would like to make that content for you guys. So thank you for calling, thank you for doing, have a good day, and I gotta get ready for work. Take care.